Hey, what's up guys? This is Jesse, JLS Comics, back again with another video. Sorry I'm blowing up your notifications for videos here. I know there's some Michael Turner fans in this community, and I see a lot of talk and people showing some of the DC stuff like Identity Crisis and some of the later stuff, so I figured I would show some earlier stuff of his, some things that I really enjoy and appreciate, and maybe get a little bit of history about Michael at the same time as we go through these. This is not Michael Turner, but I'll tell you why that's here in a minute. Um, Again, I know there's a bunch of Michael Turner fans, so I hope you guys appreciate this. And, with the history, I'm sure you guys are aware of him and what happened and what have you, but maybe it might be interesting to hear some stuff and learn at the same time. So, essentially, Michael has his own company. He founded a company. It was Aspen MLT, which stands for Michael Lane Turner. Um, cool guy. He actually grew up in Tennessee. He left there and he moved to Aspen, Colorado. That might sound familiar to you. Did a lot of skiing there, waiting tables. He practiced martial arts and art as well. Um, so that was pretty cool. He ended up, hurting himself a couple times with martial arts, and he actually went, and I forget the year, but he went one year to the San Diego Comic Con, and this one day he was offered a job by none other than Mr. Jim Lee, who was one of the big seven from Image Comics. But he turned that down because the day before, Mark Silvestri offered him a job with Top Cow. So that's pretty cool. Ended up doing some background penciling with Mark on Cyberforce. I think it was Cyberforce number 9 was the first one. So I don't have any in here, but soon after that came Witchblade. Actually, I do have one. You guys are quite familiar with Witchblade. But then the one right after that was Fathom that he created, and that was the one I wanted to show you guys. I've seen a lot of Witchblade and stuff, but not too much with Fathom. Um, but interesting, when he moved actually to LA, which is where Image was, to start working in their studio, he was roommates with a gentleman named Randy Queen, who created Darkchylde, which is a pretty cool story. It's about this girl here, Ariel Child, and she dreams and then has nightmares, and then the nightmares come alive. So it's pretty cool. I'll actually just flip through these really quickly here. Let me come to the other side to block the shadow. So there's one. Number 2 is Maximum Press. First, still Maximum Press. And then it went to Image at number 4. So, Darkchylde. Wizard Half. Still has the COA for Wizard in the back. This is another Wizard Half with another COA. This is a preview. Okay. This is a number 0 for Image. Number 1, Darkchylde The Legacy. This is number 2 for The Legacy. I guess there's 2 different covers for that one. So there you go. Okay. This is number 3, Wildstorm, you can see. This is Remastered, Darkchylde Remastered. There's another Darkchylde. Can you guys see pretty good there? Darkchylde Diary, number 1. This is Darkchylde and the Darkness crossover. Dreams of the Darkchylde, I got 1, 2, and there's that Tomb Raider and Witchblade crossover that Michael Turner did. And you can see, where is it? Right on the, in there is his name. Alright. So that was his roommate. Pretty cool. And you can see a lot of similarity there with the artwork. I can tell they influenced each other. You guys have heard of Brad Meltzer, right? He wrote, when Michael passed away, there was like a special tribute to him. It was the Millennium Edition for Wizard. And he said something like, anyone who, actually let me skip these, put these at the end. He said, anyone who says that they weren't aware of Mike's art when they saw the, and I'm using quotes here, the hot girl on the cover, then they're a liar. When he started putting these out, that's when he really came on everybody's radar, which, in my opinion, is quite true. Brad Meltzer's got some pretty cool thriller novel type workout. So, all right, so here we are. This is Fathom Zero. Michael Turner's name there. It's Dynamic Forces. Here, let me come over there a little bit more for you. Number 0. It says 2,500 copies. That is just, here's a half. This actually is an interesting story behind this one. I have 2 copies of that. Michael's father also had a type of cancer. Michael had bone cancer. I forget what his father had. But this story kind of revolves around what he was dealing with that and the family was. So interesting. That's Wizard. Fathom. Half. Alright, so now we get back to the regular series here. This is number 1. An alternate cover for number 1. Another number 1. Number 2. And I have 2 copies of that. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. It's pretty cool. She's flying there with the dolphins. Number 6. Classic cover there. This is number 7. The artwork and the color on these, in my opinion, is spectacular. Number 8. Number 9. That's an alternate cover. And there is the regular cover. Hopefully, if anybody is thinking about collecting this can serve as a pretty good, reference point for what's there and what isn't. This isn't all of them, but pretty good collection of them, I think. This is a Perfect 10 Dynamic Forces variant. And this is one of, 10,000. That wasn't a lot back then when they were putting out millions. That's pretty cool, right? And then we got number 11, number 12, another number 12, another number 12, but that's a different cover. And you can see, look familiar? That's Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. Guest appearances, Witchblade, and Tomb Raider. Because of licensing, in the collected or trade versions of this, that part was actually taken out. They weren't able to use those, so the story had to be edited again here. Sarah Pazzini and Lara Croft, Witchblade and Tomb Raider. That's number 14. And then this is number 14, Dynamic Forces cover. And this is one of 1999. That's the year it came out, so seems appropriate, right? Alright. So, that's those. Pretty cool guy. In 2000 he actually was diagnosed with cancer and had to go for surgery and lost like 40% of his hip and confined to a wheelchair, but he still went to all of the conventions and made fans his priority and, didn't let that really stop him as much as you would think. He actually released Soulfire, a bunch of things from Aspen. So these are under his title there. This is Killian's Tide. 3, 4, pretty cool cover. It's a sketchbook for Aspen featuring Michael Turner and Talent Caldwell. This is number 1. So I'm showing most of his stuff from Aspen or from Image, but he did a lot of work with DC, like Identity Crisis, which by the way was through his friend Brad Meltzer, who I mentioned earlier. Did Flash, Superman, Batman, which included the Supergirl story. Did Justice League of America, some of that. He started some of the Soulfire stuff in 2004, and Aspen started under Aspen MLT instead of through Top Cow. So big changes there. Marvel, he did a lot of work for Marvel as well. Some really iconic covers that I've seen in some people's stuff. There's Dawn of War Cannon Hawk. It's 1A for Dawn of War. 2A, Dawn of War. I just felt like I had 2 in there. It's a really thick cover. Soulfire Zero. That one I have 2 of. 4B. There's Fathom Katani Zero. It's a cover A. If you want to know how popular Fathom was, when it came out in 1998, actually, for like the first half of the year, it was Uncanny X-Men, X-Men, Avengers, Spawn, just top 5. Then Fathom hit in July, I think it was, and just bam, beat the X-Men, beat Witchblade, Spawn, beat Avengers, beat Danger Girl, beat Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, hit the #1 spot, and it stayed in the top 10 for the rest of the year. Just super, super popular story. And back then they were moving a lot of units, so to be at that #1 spot was really something else. There's Chaos Reign. That's #3. So he did all of these. There's that Randy Queen stuff. It's pretty cool. You guys should check that out if you're not familiar with it. It's pretty cool. And if you like Michael Turner's artwork, I think that you would definitely like that stuff. And what else do we have here? Tomb Raider, Witchblade, which they were both in here, so interesting. He did the alternate covers for, getting all unprofessional now. Not that this was, but he did the covers for this story. I don't have them, but Civil War, he did the covers for that. And then the one that came right after that was Fallen Sun. So he did all of Fallen Sun. And here's one of them here. Fallen Sun. He was in this Chaos Reign series. He did a cool, this is a crossover between Marvel and Top Cow. Here's a cover he did. Wolverine and Witchblade. Isn't that cool? So that's those. That's all just part of the series, but not anything that he did. He did some alternate covers and stuff, but see, there's a Cyberforce end of it. So Soulfire, you guys may not have read too much about it, but it's pretty neat stuff. Oh, this way. Pretty vibrant, bright artwork. Alright, so that's what I got, and I will just leave it with this. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever else you want to say. Let me know what else I should pick up from Michael, because I would eventually like to collect all his work, but that's it for today, guys. Peace.